Um, that's a tough one actually because there are a few songs that I don't think will get approved, like Kitty, which is my personal
I w-
favorite totally.
I want to
But
once again disagree with you on that because I really think that Kitty, if you just charted some random tap notes all over the place, would get accepted just for being insanely awesome and cool.
we'll have to wait for the lyrics though. And some songs don't have very well recorded bass parts, but I thought, what the hell, the bass parts are like, they're not that noticeable, so I'll just leave them alone
Yeah,
and be lazy about them. Because
nobody
for
cares
those
about
who aren't
bass.
in the know, those who aren't in the know, I'm the bassist for Bluefusion as well as the keyboardist and temporary drummer sometimes.
Yeah, whenever Shazzy decides to be lazy, which is
You
always.
bet. Yes.
Yeah, but he's a pretty good drummer actually. I've heard some of his stuff. He does some pretty complex stuff. Nothing like Iron Maiden or like Megadeth, but like pretty good stuff.
Yep. He's he has basically, if it's too simple, he doesn't like it. So that's why I haven't got him to do anything like on Lost in the Dusk has a pretty easy drum part, and I was trying to convince him for months to do that, and he was like, "No way, it's way too easy. This is gonna be boring." So I just did it.
Nice. All right, let's see what's next. Why are most of the bands coming for Rock Band Network? Most of the really good bands from Canada.
I'm gonna have to put the blame on Sean from Rhythm Authors since he knows like all the really great bands from over there. But I saw some really good American acts like Bumblefoot and let's see what other ones were there. Rise Against was in consideration, and from Japan, Crush 40. I was really excited from that,
Yeah.
which got canceled
I,
apparently. But
yeah, I've been hearing some bad things about Crush 40. I've been hearing some like people saying that it's getting canceled and stuff like that, and I was like, "No! I need Sonic
yeah,
Heroes."
agreed. Yeah, Sonic. Yeah, they apparently got canceled, but Jun Sano is still fighting for it, and Sega of America and Japan are on his side. So it's looking somewhat hopeful.
So what's the problem there anyway? I haven't heard much about it.
Pretty much, June and Johnny, which are the two members, say yes. Sega of America and Japan said yes, which kind of shows that it's probably going to be a Sonic song. Then their record label for their new album said hell no.
What the hell? Seriously? I mean, do they know how much promotion that would get them just by putting that even one song on Rock Band Network? It's
No
ridiculous.
kidding, that's why I'm here.
Exactly. All right, next. When did you start playing music in general? Like any kind of instrument, not just guitar?
um, Gee, that's a tough one. Probably in elementary school, we were all forced to play recorders like most elementary school people.
Oh
Just
yes.
like on South Park.
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
I would like to say I started with the kazoo. Best instrument
Oh,
ever.
right.
Kazoo is hands
He
down the
started
best
with the
instrument.
hammer. That's
You're
I
right.
was
You're right. That was mine too.
yeah, I remember being like, oh, I think it was like 6 or 7, just like in kindergarten, something like that, and then just they're like, hand me this big ass piece of not this weird piece of plastic, and they're like, all right, just blow into it. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. So music class started with a kazoo, and then in elementary school moved up to the recorder, as you said, yes. And then middle school was the trumpet. Oh yes, those were fun. And now I play guitar, and I have nothing to do with anything else.
Awesome stuff. Come to think of it, now that you've reminded me, yeah, mine was a kazoo too because they handed them out in grade 2, I think. And actually, interestingly enough, I was really jealous of the grade 6s because they got to play the ukulele, which is the closest thing to guitar I could that I could see in that school. So I was like, oh man, those guys suck. They get to play like pretty much miniature guitars. I can't wait to get to grade 6. And as soon as we got there, it turned out that there was cycles for the ukulele, so only a certain part of the year we could have them, and I almost missed out on it, which really sucked. But I did get to play it, and I was considered the third best in the school, so that was cool.
That's right. Trav from Bluefusion, the man who's given you force and such crazy solos as the Jordan solo in his cover, once played a ukulele at third best in his school. Exclusive.
Yay.
Because he's a rope.
Yep.
To be fair, though, we
Isn't
were only
that
given
right?
like chords and stuff to play, so it wasn't. Once I got my hands on it, it was like, oh well, this kind of sucks.
Nice. Yeah, they didn't want you getting too good.
No, they had fish wire instead of the actual ukulele strings because kids kept damaging them.
Nice.
It hurt.
Oh my gosh. All right, next question. This one's totally off topic of anything Bluefusion related and is just a general thing I was thinking of a while ago. Healthcare. How is socialized healthcare working out in Canada right now?
It's not.
That's a good question. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. I'm afraid I'm not very into politics, as it seems. So, the closest thing I could tell you is that healthcare over here is free, but it kind of sucks.
I see. Yeah, I'm just wondering because like the healthcare bills are starting to move forward over here in America, and I'm afraid that somehow like it's gonna ruin the entire healthcare industry, even though it's pretty ruined as it is anyway. Obama. Yes, we will talk about that later though. That's not right now. All right, next, the Score Hero album project. How did you end up heading up that?
Basically, someone was posting about a Score Hero band in one of the topics, I believe in the Rock Band Network debut topic, and I was like, hey, that's a great idea, who's gonna do it? And then I believe the comments were, no, let's not, whatever, it'll just get dumped like before. And I was like, well, screw you guys, I'll just head it up myself, and it turned out to be pretty popular.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome idea. Yeah. Speaking of which, how is that coming along?
I don't really check on the topic because I've already done my part, and I I regret to inform you that I'm not exactly too proud of my part in that because I couldn't really think of anything at the time. I was kind of a musical block, I guess you'd call it.
Some musical filler.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see.
Oh,
Alright,
but
next on my
interesting.
list.
Oops, sorry
Oh,
about
no,
that.
you
But
first. You first.
interesting fact about the song that I made for that, though, the chorus was the old chorus from The World Below, which is a song that got cut on Android Anarchy.
Yes, yes, I heard about that. That's going to be on the next album, right?
Maybe.
Ah, I see. Being all cryptic, are we?
Yes.
Alrighty then. Next on my list of thingy. Wait, what do you want to say?
Oh, actually, off topic here for a second. I just wouldn't watch the Jordan video. Your cover for it. All I can say is I hope in the next however how long you've been playing, I hope when I reach that point I can even come close to that. Good God.
Oh, thanks. Actually, the cover that I posted there, I believe, is I think a year old or whatever. But the cover I posted on the blog is like the up-to-date-ish sort of one.
And you've only been playing for how long?
3 years, I believe.
That's ridiculous. I'm just gonna put that out there. That's ridiculous that you could play that good so fast.
Guitar.
Thanks. It was all because of my inferiority complex.
And plastic guitars. Don't forget plastic guitars.
Oh yes. And
But I don't see, but no, there's a few different from a little pedal. Like, I mean, if you can get speed fast like that on a guitar here,